What's up, everyone? Little different scenery today. I actually had to be outside because I got something else I'm doing in the basement, and I'm taking up a lot of space down there, and I can't show you guys yet. So another company reached out, him and Hod, and then I said no. They sent me something, so I'm glad they did, because it's gonna make my business expand a little more. So anyways, besides that, let's talk about the laser. The video I posted last week, I was having troubles with the laser. I couldn't figure it out. I had some late nights in there, plus I was doing that side job. I was just beat, and I was like, what is going on? But I got it. So what I came up with is actually kind of funny. So how the sheets go into the shelving that I have is how I cut them up when I bought them in the table saw, and then I bring them downstairs. So I kept cutting the sheets out, and I just didn't do that bottom corner. And then I would rotate, and I would try to cut towards the top, and I'd still have problems. So then it got me thinking, it's got to be the wood. So to make sure, I went through, checked all the mirrors again. They're all fine. Like, you know, I knew that. I adjusted them. What I did then is made sure every mirror was tightened. I greased all the rails, moved everything around when it was off. You know, it was fine. I wasn't feeling anything loose, nothing too tight. There was no flat spots in the bearings. So it got me thinking, like, all right, the laser's going out. Oh no. Laser tube's gonna go out. That's gonna be $3,000. Well, that was how many years ago? 2 years ago. So it's probably what, 4 or 5, because you got inflation. But you know, so my mind's going like, okay, it's gonna be around $4,500, $4,000. Oh man, shouldn't be going out already. What's going on? What I ended up doing was switching out the wood, and I got to my third piece in. Or no, excuse me, it was my fourth piece. Well, third piece for that job, so it'd have been fourth piece total. And it cut a little different. I was like, okay, could this be the material? I haven't had any issues with this material. None whatsoever. So, cut the next piece. Went to the next one, fifth one. So now that means it's a whole new sheet. The way I cut my sheets. Got to the fifth one. Guess what? The middle of the sheet wasn't cutting. What in the world? I am just baffled. Like, it can't be alignment, it can't be the tube, it can't be, like, it's got to be the wood. So I grab an old piece that I always keep around just for this reason, and I cut like a breeze. So I'm like, all right, how do I get over this now? Wood. I've got to cut this wood. And it's like it's a harder glue. It's weird. And the stuff I got prior to this from my old supplier, that stuff was like, it was almost like it wasn't pressed. And it was leaving such a char on there. You couldn't get the char off. It was such a terrible char. It was bad. I already have $800 worth of wood that I can't use with that stuff. That's already cut up too, which still kind of tweaks me a little bit. But now I have $240 worth of wood. I gotta figure out how to cut it. It's coming out, there's no soot or nothing. It's just not cutting through. And it's just in spots. And then if you see those, if you see like it's almost like a knot, but it's a glued piece on the back, it won't even cut through that. Good luck. Heck no. So what I ended up doing was, so I'm already cutting this 60 watt. I'm cutting at speed is 3%. So I went down to 2%, and I took the power and brought that down to 90%. Because now the reason why I did that is because when you go from 3 to 2, it's a huge difference in the cut. There's a soot, it's a huge difference. And it adds, I think it was 22 minutes, or it was 21 something. So 22 minutes. It added 22 minutes to the cut time of a whole sheet. So I'm okay with that, as long as it's cutting through every time, so I don't have any waste. So I ended up cutting the whole thing. I thought, all right, I got it. one board went through, another board went through, and then I got to another board. I put it in, didn't think none of it, hit start, it didn't cut all the way through, and it was in the bottom right hand corner. I'm like, what is going on? Well, I figured it out. It was a glue spot in the back. It didn't cut through. That thing was like that big. So I think I have it, but I do think the laser tube is going out, so I have an inkling that it's gotten a little weaker. It's still plenty fine working, but I do think it's getting a little, maybe a little used, well loved, whatever you want to call it. But it's all right. Now I'm mentally prepared for it. It'll be fine. But I want to say thank you to everyone that left comments. I think there was 44 or 45 comments to explain what they did as far as resetting their computers, resetting the whole system, doing firmware, everything. Thank you. It made me think even more, even though like a lot of that stuff I said in the video I did, and people are just verifying that I'm doing it, but I thank you, because it means a lot. It really does, because if I be coming into a pinch, I know there's people out there that would, say something and help, and I'm grateful for that. I really thank you a bunch. I'm thank you for all you guys that watch these videos. I know this one wasn't, the last two are a little, different than I normally do, but I wanna show more of like the business part of it. And I struggle with that because I want to keep my business tight, right? And I don't want people bombarding our website or anything to making our search rank go farther down. So I struggle with that, and I'm trying to open up more. The one thing I wish I would have done is left all of this on my other channel. It'd be a lot easier, because it is a lot harder logging in and out of and keeping everything, trying to keep it all in line. And I'd rather show it in my vlogs, actually, like throughout the day, like what I do. So I have said in a previous video that I've been doing a side job here and there, and I'm doing side jobs here and there. I needed a reset, and it's shown me that I'm grateful for all this, where I've become, what I've done, but also by making me do that and walking away, our business has dipped down to the lowest I would say that we've had in the last probably 4 years. So we're working on that, and this weekend we're going to put in a lot of overtime, Sara and I, to bring it back up to where it needs to be. And I know it can be done, and yes, it might not happen over the weekend, but I'll have the listings and everything done and up to date, where in the next month I'll see a change, and we'll go from there. So I hope everyone else out there is doing good and selling stuff, and staying positive and try to stay above the curve, on top of that curve, and sell. I mean, keep creating. Really, just keep creating. We also have something that I said earlier that I will be coming out with a video soon. I can't show it yet, but it's in the works. It's just to expand the business, and it's something I got in the works, so it'll help with some ideas that Sara and I both have, so I'm excited for that too. So thanks again, you guys, and glad you guys see me again. Bye.